Okay, so this is pretty much what happens every year. Since 2016, every year I've been under investigation. Every year. And every year the local law enforcement goes through my phone, goes through my computer, and they basically arrest anybody and everybody that like I'm friends with or that, have tried to help me in the past, have tried to be there for me. This has happened to me every fucking year since 2016 because my wife was forced into prostitution by a bunch of corrupt cops. Okay. They were targeting women and children, and they were basically forcing women into prostitution that were, most of the time, they were married women. Okay. Like most of the time, it was a married girl. They would target their family, right? And they would threaten them, and they would tell them that they basically were going to take their kids away if they didn't do exactly what they said. That's what happened to Kendra in 2000, I think 15, probably about 2015. Right, it was actually like right after I got arrested the second time. Okay, because she was crying and basically she didn't want me to fucking go to jail. She was devastated and she didn't want me to go to jail. She's trying doing everything that she could to like keep me out of jail because we got in an argument, dude, and the cops showed up. Okay, after that, like around 2014, 2015, dude, the cops were bugging her and harassing her all the fucking time, dude. All the time. There's been multiple investigations into prostitution, forcing women to prostitution and sex trafficking in the past like few years, 4 years or so. Like Corning Police Department's one of them, Antioch Police Department's another one, Shasta County's one of the counties that's been under investigation, right? They constantly do the same fucking thing. Like, so basically, if you're a cop or a sheriff, right, or deputy, right, then the unspoken rule, dude, is that you don't fucking rat on your friends and you don't talk about it. And then basically, these guys can do whatever the fuck they want and to people, right, like terrorize people and terrorize our families, right, and then they don't get held like accountable. Right. So, like, if a cop does something wrong or breaks the law, you're like a citizen is supposed to file a complaint, and then it goes through the proper channels of the police department, right? And then we don't get any help. Like, they don't fucking fire the guy for raping a woman, right? You file a complaint, and then it goes through HR and it goes through his union rep or whatever, right? In order to fucking have something actually even happen, dude, right? Like, this just recently happened with a police officer up here named Jacob Provincio. Jacob Provincio was pulling women over, DUI stops, and raping them basically if they didn't want to fucking have sex with him or give him special favors. Okay, Jacob Provincio was the police officer that arrested me in 2016. Okay, so I find that fascinating, dude, that he ends up being, accused of rape years later after I was telling everybody in this Shasta County that he was raping Kendra or raping women and forcing them into sex. You know what I mean? I've been saying that for years. There's a group of fucking police officers up here that do that. And what happens every time that the federal law enforcement comes up here to investigate, right? They fucking get a hold of the local law enforcement, and then local law enforcement basically gives them a list of people that fucking need to be arrested, right? They help along with this investigation, and basically they arrest all my friends. It's happened 6 years in a row. 6 fucking years in a row, dude. They go through my fucking computer, they go through my phone, and they arrest my friends. Every time. And then not one fucking police officer has been arrested for fucking prostitution or prostitution rings or what happened to my kids. Not one fucking police officer has been arrested. Not one judge, not one fucking district attorney, not any of them have been arrested. That is a huge fucking problem in the United States of America, and a huge fucking problem with me, and a huge problem with the corruption in society in our country, because these good cops don't hold the other cops accountable, right? And then the other cops, they don't understand everything that's going on. So let's say you're a federal agent and you come out here to investigate, right? Who do you contact in order to investigate what's going on with me and my kids? You fucking contact local law enforcement, dude. And then what's the problem with local law enforcement being contacted in an investigation? They end up fucking telling you the wrong information, or they end up covering up the information that is necessary for prosecuting them. Okay, so this is now probably like the third or fourth time, dude, that I've been investigated in the past, like, well, I'd say continuously for the past 7 years. Every fucking time, dude, I get a hold of the federal government or federal government agencies or federal law enforcement to get somebody's ass out here to fucking investigate these fucking criminals. These criminals, a judge, police officers, deputies, sheriff, right? I end up fucking under investigation. They end up going through my entire computer, dude, fucking erasing all the evidence that I need to fucking prosecute them. This is what just happened recently. I'd say that within the last month, they fucking deleted everything that I could use to fucking prosecute them. Okay? Then they change shit and like edit shit so that basically they can't be held accountable. Okay? And then they arrest my friends. They arrested my friends, dude, that were listening to me on my phone because they were listening to me on my phone. And they used the same exact technology to investigate them and arrest them that my friends were using to listen to me and help me. Isn't that sad? Isn't that funny? You know where the technology came from? Law enforcement. So law enforcement already knew about this, like the situation. They already knew because they have the technology. They can investigate phones and devices already. The only thing is that the only difference is in this case, and this was really brilliant about this case, is that it should have never fucking happened in the first place. None of it. From the very beginning, dude. From the very beginning of this case, it was forged documents and signatures from both counties. So both restraining orders in this case were forged by Judge Gibson and people from One Safe Place and the DA. Forged documents and signatures, dude, to abduct my children. Okay? So if you're a federal agent, I don't give a fuck what that fucking judge says. You are fucking high on drugs if you're going to go fucking ask that judge or the DA here in this county where the forgery's at. Does that make any sense? You just walk right in there to the DA and go, hey, I heard there's some forgery. Do you know where the forgery's at? Could you point me to the right direction? Show me the case file, please. The only way to investigate this case would have been to come to my house and I would have provided you with the evidence to prosecute them. You wouldn't even have to investigate anything. This is another wasted fucking 2 years on a case that's been going on for 8 fucking years because why? Because nobody wants to fucking listen to me. That was the whole point of this entire fucking conversation and the whole point of this entire exercise or training exercise or whatever, basically to weed out the fucking assholes that don't want to do their job. Because it's very fucking simple. If you look on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, right? It's very fucking simple. You can see the forgery. You understand what I'm saying? You can see the forgery out there. It's very clear to everybody else that you can see the forgery. So if you want to take the road where you just say that fucking judges and cops and fucking and politicians can do whatever the fuck they want, then let's just take that road, okay? You could just say that fucking cops and judges and fucking federal agents can do whatever the fuck they want because they're judges and they're fucking cops and they're federal agents. And then we all get shit on as citizens of this country. I would rather hear that from you than fucking basically be under investigation again and again and again. Because even more fucking friends now like are scared to fucking talk or scared to fucking text me or scared to fucking talk about everything that's going on. You know what I mean? They're terrified that they're going to go to prison for fucking 10 years because they were listening to me on my phone. Dude, when this fucking judge is a pedophile and has been molesting children and that should have been investigated 8 fucking years ago. 8 fucking years ago, guys. It's not a fucking joke anymore. You know what I mean? Like, dude, all this. So just so everybody's clear, okay? This computer has been on a work group for the past, like, I don't know, about 6 years, 4 years. I can't get it off the work group because it's part of a connected server, okay, if you will, right? It's just a connected server. So I can't change the fact that it's a work group, okay? So 4 or 5 years ago, before I got arrested the last time, I had saved all this information and evidence against them, against these corrupt police officers and corrupt judges, okay? And it started getting deleted, right? They can dump the system, right? And they can delete everything. So I was getting really hesitant about turning the computer on or changing anything with the computer because I didn't want to lose any of the information, okay? So just recently, after I got out of jail again, right? After I went to fucking jail for no fucking reason, I went to jail for a fucking nail that my son stepped on, which nobody's been able to talk to the kids since. Nobody knows where the fucking kids are at. The county keeps saying they have them, but they're lying. Nobody knows where my oldest son is at. And these fucking assholes come to fucking investigate Shasta County or whatever, right? Then nobody talks to me. Not one person. Not one, but like, so if anybody's talked to the cops, I would love to hear like fucking what his name is and why you've talked to him, because that nobody has fucking talked to me about any of this. Nobody. Not one person. But yet, I know for a fact that the Department of Justice was supposed to investigate this case several times. I know for a fact the DA was supposed to investigate this several times. I know for a fact the fucking Sheriff's Department was supposed to investigate this several times. But every year, the same thing happens. Every year, what happens? I end up getting arrested and going to jail. Every time. Instead of anybody else in the fucking county, anybody else that should have fucking went to jail this entire time, I end up going to jail every time. Why? When I'm fucking sitting here on fucking evidence to fucking prosecute them. I'm sitting on the evidence to prosecute them. Dude, the evidence to prosecute them is my kids, me, the paperwork, my friends as witnesses. The DAs should be in prison right now. The judge should be in prison right now. If you're going to have a legal system, dude, that doesn't fucking do any fucking thing at all, then why the fuck should we follow the rules? You want us to follow the rules, but you don't fucking follow the rules, dude. You don't fucking do your job. You don't fucking care about fucking anybody else getting hurt or anybody else fucking, getting their kids kidnapped. You care more about fucking talking to your fucking buddies and covering for your buddies. That's the bottom line, dude, right? Like a bunch of these assholes, like these politicians and these fucking lawyers and these DAs and these people that work at the Department of Justice, dude, they've been fucking using women from these shelters as prostitutes and greasing the wheels a little bit, if you know what I mean, with judges and fucking politicians and shit. That's what law enforcement's been doing. And every time that there's a chance to fucking put one of these assholes in jail, like a judge in jail, or like Provencio was raping women, right? And he walked. He fucking quit and walked away. Didn't even get arrested, dude. Didn't even get arrested or investigated or nothing, dude. He just fucking walked away. And then I'm sitting on evidence for all these corrupt cops to go to prison and this judge to go to prison. And guess what happened? Nothing. Not a fucking thing, dude. Why not? Because fucking Department of Justice and fucking federal agencies are involved in fucking investigating this, right? Right? Investigation committee, dude, full of a bunch of fucking assholes that don't want to be investigated. Investigating a bunch of assholes that don't want to be investigated. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, dude. There's like no such thing as like honor anymore, or no such thing as valor anymore. There's no such thing as like doing the right thing. There's no such thing as figuring things out yourself. There's no such thing as like being a good person. You know what I mean? Like it's all out the fucking window once your buddies fucking are fucking prostitutes, and it doesn't matter anymore, right? As long as your wife doesn't find out, right? Dude, these fucking assholes on these local cops have been on my phone like harassing me for the past fucking like 2 years, basically telling me that my wife's a fucking whore and my kids are fucking getting molested and da da da, and they're laughing about it, dude, the whole time. The whole fucking time. The 2 years, dude, they were just laughing about it. You can't do nothing about it. Ha ha ha. And then fucking what, dude? And then what? Is there an investigation going on at all? Is anybody being investigated? Has anybody fucking come to my house and fucking got the evidence they need to put Judge Gibson in prison? Or put Judge Gibson in jail? Or Stephanie Bridget? Not one person, huh? Not one fucking reason. You have no fucking reason to put fucking Judge Gibson in prison or fucking Stephanie Bridget. You have none. You have no reason whatsoever. None. When I fucking have I literally posted the evidence of Facebook and Instagram to fuck that shows that she was changing records and changing fucking case information. It's literally on the fucking internet, you guys. Listen to me. It's literally on the fucking internet. She's changing records and police reports and fucking case information to put me in jail. You think that's a fucking problem, guys? But we can't fucking get these fuckers out. We can't fire them. even though they're county employees or state employees, we can't fire them because then we have to file a grievance or a fucking complaint, and then they get fucking what do they call that, suspended or write up. You know what I mean? Instead of fucking like actually arresting them for fucking breaking the law. Dude, I think honestly every fucking person that's involved in this investigation should be fucking arrested for obstruction of justice. Like arrested. Like straight up fucking just arrest them for obstruction, dude. What the fuck difference does it make, dude, if they're not going to fucking do anything, they're not going to fucking do any part of their job. Like something I'm being honest, like something has got to fucking change, dude. It's got to fucking flip a little bit and fucking change to where fucking good people don't go to fucking jail and fucking bad cops get to sit around and fucking, you know what I mean? Fuck prostitutes. I mean, that seems kind of fucking irregular, don't you think? Or is that normal for you guys? Because one of those prostitutes was my fucking wife, and she was forced into it by gunpoint. You fucking assholes.